Hey Amanda, this is Sean. This is your hips walk cycle version 2. So unfortunately, I think I'll start with, I think you understand how to do a walk. I think you've got all the parts in here on the up and down, and that either down is after the contact and then the up is right there. I think there's a lot going on that's working. I think what's you're struggling with here is this guy's walking in place and not walking forward. So let me show you how to do that. So the problem is, like, what's going on is, like, what I'm seeing as issues is, like, the foot is, I go to right view, it's like lifting up and then it's like slowing down right here. So, and there's really no way to tell if this is moving at the right speed. There's some tricks, but I used to make animations this way, but the best way to do things now is to think about it more like just animate the character walking forward, and then we will squish it back down afterwards. I'll show you a couple options actually, might as well. So what you can do to see if your character is walking correctly is figure out the speed the character is walking at. So I'm just animating the root forward. Why are you not updating? There we go. Make sure it's linear because the character is walking consistently the whole time. And then you have to kind of eyeball which position. So I might use this heel right here to find out what speed it should be at. So I'll put my finger on it. You can't see me do this, but like I put my finger right where my mouse is, and then I'll slide forward, and then I'll go to, actually let's do the toe, might be easier. So I might go from here on the heel to here and go, okay, well that heel is sliding forward, so I'll make him walk slower. Still sliding, walk slower. And at some point it's going to be too slow for other points in your animation. So like the toe is on the ground right there on 5. And then it's way behind when it lifts up on 12. That means probably there's an inconsistency going on. You see, you can just see it right now that everything's just sliding around everywhere. So let's just move him, let's make him walk forward, and then let's fix the feet so they lock down. Once he's actually walking forward, it becomes pretty easy to fix the feet. Okay, so the trick is using animation layers. So I'm going to get rid of that move. I'm going to grab all the things that have to translate in the rig, which are these guys, the 2 feet, the 2 knees, and the hips. Oh, I will say, you're not the only one that's made this mistake, so don't worry about this. It's all good. Walk forward. So the closer we can get to the right speed, that's probably, oh, we want to make the forward probably translate at Z on everything, I bet. So I'm going to go select attributes, show only translate Z's, shift select that stuff. I don't think it's all translate Z, never mind. It's that one. Like the other controls might have different things on it. Maybe it is all translate Z. We'll find out in just a sec here. I might have been seeing both layers a second ago. I think I was. Okay, I'll undo, only show translate Z. Grab all the controls, refresh the layer. Okay, I think I was just seeing both. There's like this weird bug when you select stuff, it shows you the curvature both layers. So I just like clicked away and clicked on it and it went back. Okay, so now it's linear, and I want to try and get hopefully more or less the correct walk forward speed. You can also check on the contact poses. So that's your first contact pose. You have 3, right? And 17. is your second one. I can see on this the back foot on 17 should be lifted a little, but that's okay. That's pretty close. And then I'm comparing that, like the green front foot there, and then 17 to 33. Now I'm comparing the red foot, which, okay, this is kind of close. Okay, so once you get it kind of close, go over here, merge layers, make sure Smart Bake is checked. The default settings doesn't have it checked. It'll make you a key on every single frame. So you want to click Smart Bake, and then we're gonna hit apply. So that now my animation is moving forward. What's cool about this is now I have a Z curve of the foot moving forward. And then I know that the foot really shouldn't move forward at all until after it lifts off the ground. So it looks like on your anim right now, 21 is where it lifts off the ground. So I might keep the keys. I want 1 and 5 and 9 and 13 and 17 and 21 all to be in the same spot, and something horribly wrong here. Oh, you're probably keying the heel ball. Okay, that's fine. No worries. I'm going to take translation. I'm going to take just the translation from these. I'm going to copy and paste those keys. I'm going to delete just the translation, copy and paste those keys, flatten them down with this guy, I think. Nope, this guy, yeah. Now the foot's locked in place. Now all you have to do is deal with the toe moves and stuff, and then get it to lift up at the right time. I'm sure this should just... This is probably happening because this foot was further forward, but because you're not sliding it around and all that, so we might have to move the hips back, but let's first fix the other foot. So the foot's not lifted yet here on the down. So the foot hasn't started moving on the down yet. The down is just the hips are moving down and the weight's moving off the foot, but we don't want to lift the foot up yet. So there, that's the down, that's the lift. That's all good. I can tell that because the foot is way off the shoe here, that there's something wrong with this. Whenever I see stuff like that, I just zero out the foot controls. I'm going heel. I bet you, oh, here we go. It's this guy. Okay. So now when the foot's like nice and solid in that shoe, I know that it's correct. And then, but I probably broke some stuff in there. I'm gonna undo that. Oh, remember the foot was sliding in the air in a weird way? That might be something going on there. So I do know that's the contact pose, right? 16 is your contact pose, I guess. So we're going to put that on the ground at a spot where the hips can reach it. And then heel ball, I want to get that foot. Which control is this? Oh, you're using these controls. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to leave that 0. That's probably why it was up off the ground right there. You're using the heel ball on the foot control and not the toe, which is fine. Okay. Now we know that the foot doesn't move until it lifts up again, so it's going to be in the same translation. Oh, let me undo. Okay, it's going to be in the same translation as it started. There we go. I'm going to copy and paste this. All right. So again, I think our contact pose is a little bit the hips are like moving farther forward. I think we could just probably move the hips back here. And then this is the contact pose. Okay, so here's the trick on the looping animation part. 33 and 1 are exactly the same pose in order to make it loop. So we can just grab all the controls, middle mouse drag 1 to 33, and then translate them forward. So I'll grab just the translation keys, only moving stuff forward. That makes the two frames be identical except for the forward movement. And then I kind of got lucky there a little bit, but usually it's more off. And then I'll use this front toe position or the front of the control and try and eyeball it, so it's pretty accurate. Probably should have checked if your contact pose was good. It's close enough. It's still back. What is going on? I think there might not be a key here. Nope, there's a key here. Whatever, close enough. What I like to do is just use the finish position here as the landing here, which may be a little bit far. Well, that's far. All your steps are far, so we can maybe make this work. So the landing is here, so I'm going to use this position. Copy paste. That's so we know those are good, and then we'll do the same thing over here. But this land is right there, so that's actually probably fine. Yeah, so your starting pose is overextending on the knee. So we should have checked your initial contact pose. So watch that, because as soon as the knees release, you get this like weird snap here. So what we could do, I think we can. You like using the shoe, it looks like. Let's make sure these are good. Yeah, this must have got keyed on accident, I think. I think we can do, is this guy gonna be? What I want to do, I think, is just calm this down a little bit. Just go back here. I like that pose better. So I'm just trying to get, we can go with the straight leg, actually. Let's go with the straighter leg. Because then when the down is got the down position. That's a crazy down position. Down, push, kick. I think I broke your kick. I think it's best to use one or the other because it gets really confusing if you don't. So in this case, we're going to just use the foot controls. Oh, are these broken? I think I broke the foot controls. That's why you're using this. Haha. I always use these, the actual, these guys, whenever I animate, because I just like them better. I meant to keep this working, but I guess I broke it at some point. Because I added these controls here. Okay, I'll fix that later. Never mind, so you are stuck using both controls, so my apologies. If you get a fresh bony rig downloaded, it won't have the heel, ball, and toe. It'll just have the stuff on the main shoe. So if you like that better, then you can just get the raw the raw bony guy. So that's your down, zeroing that out there. That's the push off. I probably broke this pose. So I think this side works, right? So this one you can just do a toe roll, foot tilt. No, where's the toe up, down? No. Ball swivel, no. Foot tilt, no. Oh, there's no toe? Ball, toe, toe up, down might have been my no. I don't know, man. Whatever. Busted here. Core extension on the knee. I'm gonna have this looking super snazzy pretty quickly, I think. Oh, that's your down. So we'll just stick with that one. I think the down needs to have some roll there. Ugh. Usually I like to go flat here. No, this one's flat. Push off is flat. You can start rolling on the kick on the up, so you can get a higher up, and then that can be curvy, and that's down. So that's our contact pose, right? So this could be pretty high because our other contact pose was high. And then, oh, we want to fix this contact pose. So once again, grab one. That was a long way of me fixing the first frame, sorry. But you can see once you move it so he's walking forward, then you can just work it out really quickly and really easily on the rest of your animation. So I copied the pose over, grab these guys, and then move that forward. And use this shoe. Oh man, really close. Good job. Nice. Okay. Yeah, so now our feet at least are walking really solid, but we're getting like some poppy pops on the knees. And a lot of times is what I'll do. These guys, yeah, I'll just find the highs and just kind of smooth them out a little bit so they're not as high. It's probably in here too, I bet you anything. Just the knees need a little more space when they're locking. And then it's just, at that point, you're just cleaning up the relationship between where the foot control is and how much roll are on things. Oh, I think because we have our contact poses and our hips are not, the two things aren't really lined up with each other. Okay. And then once you get all your key poses and they're kind of solid, you can start like adding way more frames and stuff. Like the foot kind of falls slow here, so I'll go and zero that out faster. So it has this kind of like, this is where you can use your reference to like figure stuff out. And then flops in there. There's a backwards move on that foot. So we would never be able to see that like backwards slide on this foot if he was walking in place. It'd be really hard to fix. That is this. Okay, that's that position. I didn't copy it back over to here. Uh-oh, I just copied and pasted stuff. I meant to copy this. Let's see, try again. Oh yeah, I copied the IK foot control. Got it. Deleted. And then there's some pops right there. Uh-oh, how many controls did I copy? Uh-oh. You'll notice it happens where people accidentally duplicate stuff. In this case, I think I might try undoing before I duped it, but it wasn't too far back. There's no more undo commands. Shoot. Shoot. All right. Well, whenever you find the control that's not moving the character, that's the control you gotta delete. It happens pretty often, so because I just did it. I copied it again. I have an animator at work that's always copying and pasting rig controls. I think she's probably doing this on accident. I've never really like come across this issue before. I usually middle mouse drag. There's some wobbles in there. I think we want to pay maybe. There, now it's solid. Yeah, so anytime you grab a control and move it and it doesn't do anything, just get rid of the one that doesn't do stuff. Yeah, so I'm just making sure there's like a little bend as a first pass on getting the knees working better. All right, I should stop working on this. Okay, and then you can worry about front view and hips and all that later on. For the class, this is what I'm hoping to see from everybody. So the main thing that's hurting your grade at this point is the guy walking in place. Because I have a feeling once you move them forward, you'll be able to animate it pretty well, pretty quickly. All right, see you later, Amanda.